Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we ended up starting the Drukhari Menace questline. Oops. Want to keep doing chaos, but whatever. It's fine, I'll just keep knocking this out for now. And yeah, I'll hopefully pick the right mission for this.
You are approaching an Astromalarian base on a world that has been cut off from the Imperium for decades. I must call your attention to the potential consequences of the extended lack of strict military supervision.
My task is to shed light on what...
That's what I was talking...
You were right. They were imposters, ready to spit at the Imperium.
White scum. A disgrace to the uniforms of their venerable ancestors.
So, I'm just gonna be upfront. I am going crazy here. Like, waiting for the Sororitas DLC is just taking forever. And it's driving me nuts because I check the forums for this game every so often. Honestly, at this point, I'm checking like once a week at least. And every so often there's people who are like, hey, is there any news on the DLC release date? And the devs are always just like, nope, we got nothing. It's coming summer. Look, it's like, look, I hate to be that guy, but summer is here. You know, it's arrived. It may not be, you know, equinox summer here, but it's here. It's very tedious and annoying, especially because, okay, summer, let's say June, July, August. Let's just use that as the standard measurement, because I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's still spring until the 21st of June. Nah, second it hits June, it's summer. I don't care what you gotta say, it's summer. And it's like, okay, so you got these 3 months. We're already in June. You don't have a release date. And it's not like this was something way out there, like I understood back in February. I think it was February when they first announced the Sororitas DLC. I got that. Hey, we don't have a date yet. Okay, that's fine. You know, you're working on it at the moment. You maybe don't have an entire plan set out. Like, you got your guys working on stuff, but you're not completely there. Stuff might take a little while, delays and whatnot. But we're at summer. You know, I don't need the release date set in stone. You know, it's not like it's gonna come out June 11th at 3:15 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. No, I don't need that. I just need a month. Oh, it's gonna come out July. Okay. I don't even need early July, late July, just July. That's fine. That is a time frame. I can work with that. And the thing is, I already know, realistically, the release date is irrelevant. Because I'm on console, and it will take us minimum, absolute bare minimum, a month to get it. Will it come in that month? Hell no. The time it takes typically for us to get stuff, some of these seasons have gone, you know, 2 months over, if not longer, I believe, just because of how long these updates take. Now, is that the devs' fault? One could argue either way. Personally, I don't 100% blame them. You know, Sony and everybody in Microsoft, when you want to update stuff, they're very time-consuming. And I get it. On one hand, they don't want an update to brick a system. I also ask, when the hell has an update bricked a game or a system? Seriously, when has that happened? Never on PC have I heard of a game just being like, oh yeah, we updated and now nobody's computer turns on. No, I can't even fathom what you would have to do. Because that's not an update. At that point, that would just be a computer virus.
I'm trying to avoid using...
So, you know, there's part of me that's just like, okay, what are you doing?
Let's see what his personal possessions tell us.
At least on Sony's end. It also doesn't help. Last I heard, it costs money to actually get things submitted for cert, because you have to essentially pay them to run the stuff. Whether that's true nowadays, I'm not 100% sure. Regardless, it's still annoying. But man, I would have preferred them to not even announce an update, or like the DLC, until they had a date set. Because this is the kind of stuff you always see with games and developers, where they sit there and it's like, oh, we want to build hype. No, don't build hype. Don't do it. I don't care how excited you are, how eager you are, do not build hype. For the love of God, don't do it. Because every time, without fail, okay, without fail except for one exception I can think of, it has gone bad. The only exception for a game having a lot of hype was Elden Ring. Because I can't think of anyone who wasn't just a contrarian dickweed who got the game and was like, oh, I was really excited, but this isn't that great. Every person I've met has been like, yeah, this game is phenomenal. There were more people I've seen who've gone, I wasn't sure about it, and it blew my expectations. Like I said, the only people I've seen have a problem with it are the contrarians. I'll sit here and complain about bosses till, you know, the end of time, because there's some real poorly designed boss fights. And, you know, ulcerated tree spirit that shows up like 6 times. But short of that, the game's great. The hype was fine. Oh, now I have to go over to the Vox station. But every other time, the games have generated hype, everybody gets all excited, and people get pissed. Remember Modern Warfare 2019? You know, Modern Window, Claymore Warfare? People got pissed. Did I care? No. Most like I'm not an idiot. But, you know, it's just those things of, don't build hype. It is rarely a good thing if we're being real. I don't even like when I get, like, E3 news for a game, because half the time it's just to build hype, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm not going to hear about this for, like, 2.5 years. Or my instantly jaded mindset kicks in, I'm like, oh, so this game's going to suck. Cool. You know, see Battlefield 2042 for a prime example.
Inquisitor. Reconnaissance rituals indicate a hostile activity in the
And I'll admit, I put a lot of value on like this DLC that's coming up, because there isn't much else for 40K right now that I can play. You know, Space Marine 2 is going to be far off. Like, all we got was a trailer. As excited as I was for that trailer, you know, seeing a game I enjoyed 10 years ago finally come back, I also understood that's not going to be till probably next year, at best. Dark Tide. I'm still belligerently butt-frustrated over the fact that that's going to launch as a Xbox and PC exclusive. Considering Fat Shark, who I believe is the guys behind it, did Vermintide, and that launched everywhere. And that actually looks really good. So I have to hope and wait for them to be like, oh yeah, we only had like a 6 months exclusivity deal, or we had a year exclusivity. I'll be honest, if it's a year exclusivity, in terms of actually like YouTube views, I don't know how well it's gonna do. And that's a concern. But I'm also worried because I don't know how much support the game's gonna get. realistically, because if the Xbox and PC sales don't do too well, by the time it gets to PS4, or well, I guess PS5 at this point, it might be dead. I mean, look at Aliens Fireteam Elite. That game died within a month. If that. That is astounding. Depressing as well, but astounding. Now, why that game died, admittedly, like, depending on how the game goes, Darktide could suffer the same fate. If it's non-random gen, very by the numbers, go here, do this, nothing changes, no matter how much customization and you can make your own character and all this, no matter how much crap they have, no matter how much, dialogue of the characters interacting based on all these different traits, it doesn't matter. If there's nothing to do and it's just super repetitive with no variation, or very minimal variation, and it's reliant on the enemies being the variation, I've said that way too many times already in this sentence, it's gonna die. And then by the time it gets to PlayStation, if there's crossplay will be mostly dead. And it'll be relying on PlayStation players. If it isn't, cool. But it's still a concern. And admittedly, I genuinely despise when games do that. I hate exclusivity deals. I think no game should be an exclusive. And I know some people would be like, well, you want Xbox to have Killzone? Yes. I want them to have Killzone. I want to have Halo. I want them to have Resistance. I want to have Gears of War. Why? Because I enjoy games. I don't enjoy petty console war bullshit. I think it just hurts the developers, it hurts the industry, and as it stands, the industry is already in a very bad spot.
I will pray for you, servants of the Imperium. Rest assured, the perpetrators
So doing dumb things that just put it in more jeopardy doesn't really sound cool to me. But what do I know? God, it all kind of comes back as me thinking of, once again, say it every time, about Eternal Crusade. And I think, damn, we really could have had... There is a timeline out there where I am sitting down, vibing, just playing Eternal Crusade, stomping fools as a Chaos Sorcerer. You know, I'm decked out in my Thousand Suns gear, looking cool, reviving people, and shooting lightning out of my hands like Discount Dan's Emperor Palpatine. But they screwed it up. And it makes me sad, because, I keep saying it too, 40K doesn't have a lot of games. And the games that come out are very hit and miss. And the games that I really want to be good either get stupid issues like, well, potentially limited time exclusivity or permanent exclusivity, or the games just end up not doing too well. You know, prime example being Hired Gun. Admittedly, I had said it in a video before, but when people ragged on Hired Gun, I kinda hated seeing it, because a lot of the time it was people who were like, yeah, I don't really care about 40K. And I'm like, then why? That's like me playing a Madden game, going, yeah, I don't really care about Madden or football. This game sucks. And it's like, well, yeah, you're playing a game you don't care about the base of it. You know, that's just kind of how it is. I don't care about baseball. I'm not gonna play an MLB game. Now, does that mean you should have it as like a prerequisite? You have to care about 40k to get a 40k game? No. But you can't use that as like the excuse of why you don't like it is I don't care about it. You know, no game is meant to get you to care entirely about a franchise. It's meant to just get you interested. You know, I care about Star Wars because I grew up watching the movies. You know, I was a big fan starting as a little kid. If I based it off, you know, oh, I don't care about the sequel trilogy that much. Well, yeah, because it's only a part. If that was all there was with those 3 movies, then yeah, you could very well not care, because there was nothing else to it. I just want better things. Is it so wrong to want things to be better? You know, give me games that don't suck, an industry that is far healthier, you know, stuff, very, very simple stuff. I don't want, as wishful as it is, I don't want studios to fail. The worst I want to have happen is either a buyout by another small studio or a dissolving and reforming elsewhere, and then everybody gets to continue doing what they love. I just don't want the current situation where everybody's getting bought by major companies. God, that's a hellscape. I'm not happy about that in the slightest. Biomantic sword, boo. I don't even use my other build. Mostly because it's horribly outdated, but also it kind of sucks. I don't know, I just don't like the dual wielding style unless it's just 2 of the same weapon.
My most sincere gratitude, Inquisitor.
Scoop up all the loot while I'm just blasting Ogrins. Oh wow, I actually capped out my loot. Oh well, that's whatever. I'm not too concerned. Oh no, I'm losing a green and 2 blues.
Inquisitor.
Alright, so that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.